Game number 1, ladies. Whoop, whoop. Okay, we continue through the lower bracket, the losers bracket of Division S North America, the playoffs, and we have, of course, another best of 5 on our hands. This time, Perfect Gems go up against the Anti-Clown Association, and we are on Battlefield of Eternity. Map number 1. Unaverted, this time on Hanzo for the blue team. We have Zagrak on ETC, Legacy on Anduin, CPX on Lulnara, Valamar on Urel, and over to the right side of the map, Deadwing gets played by Dudebites. We have Stukov on Frostwind, Kelsia on Greymane, got Filth on Liming, and my pal Vince on Nubarak. And I gotta say, North America in particular, I mean, ever since the coronavirus outbreak, they are playing Stukov like there's no tomorrow. Coincidence? I don't think so. I think something's up here. I mean, I am not really prone to believing into conspiracy theories, but that's a little bit of an odd coincidence if you ask me. So something is definitely going on in North America. There's just too much pathogen spreading all over the place right now. But as we're heading into this first game, let's check that out. Also, again, the little note that, of course, the HTC, the old overlay, does not really allow us to track baseline quests. Neither does it allow us to track normal quest talents without obstructing half the screen. Unfortunately, we have to go into this because, well, Blizzard fixed a couple of bugs, and therefore the older replays were unusable, which is a bit unfortunate. Nothing has been changed in balance, so this is still on the current balance patch when it comes to it. But also the quick note here that in this tournament, Zul was not allowed because of the previous rework and a few problems that occurred with it. But as it stands, we had a couple of really exciting games. I mean, we had throughout the European, the North American tournament, we've seen pretty much everything. We've seen Murky, we've seen Cho'Gall again, we have a ton of Deathwing actually being played here. Oh, and Bambi is dead. Bambi joins his mom, and that was an insta-kill over here. Good stun, and that's one of the reasons why you shouldn't face check, ladies. So, yeah, pretty well done. Got Filth, had fun with this one. Easy bullseye, and oh dear, that is a lot of meat on the table for tonight. As it stands, we have actually Deathwing as a side lane. I point that out because North America, we've now seen several times Deathwing played in a main tank role by Leon Black, which was kind of funny. And they are still, of course, in the tournament itself. So, as it stands, we're going to have a little bit of a look towards the top lane for now, because there's already rotation happening as Greymane decides that he wants to go for a few more mercenary camps before they head into the next fight here. And I'm a little bit hyped for this. This should be an interesting series for sure. So we're going to fix on the loser bracket from here on out, just to get a bit of an idea who makes it into the grand final. We already have one team that's already confirmed to play in that best of 5. But, well, time will tell what's going to happen up here. This could be one of the closer ones, to be honest. So, yeah. Deathwing, by the way, the standard build for him. Also, for Liming, we have Orb on level 4, which is by now pretty much the standard. I mean, all talents still get picked on level 4, but I would say that most of the Liming players have lately actually moved over into the level 4 choice over here. And, yeah, let's see what else we're gonna get with all of this. Hanzo, of course, is with all the immortal damage that he can push in, has gone for the scatter build. We have Lunara at the same time, now also trying to get a little bit of damage over time in. Very likely going into the choke and pull on level 7 again. Europe still has very different ideas of how to play Lunara, if the hero is played at all, that is. But when Lunara is played, they are actually regularly going into the Splintered Spear. That's a pretty decent lockdown against Kelsia, and that's actually an immortal kill. I mean, the poor wolf was just bullied around, and at some point he was just like, okay, fuck it, let's try and get at least some damage in and look for a counter kill. But that was a quick kill right here, so there we go. Okay, top side. There's already our attack against Valamar, and the goat survives. Down here, the halftime show is over, and the blue team is so far doing pretty well here. That early kill against Greymane definitely helped, of course. Deathwing comes in, and nobody wants to face the dragon. I don't really blame them. That black tint in particular makes him look pretty fierce. But with level 6.5 on both sides, there's still no level 7 talent, which means that Liming, of course, doesn't have her Calamity yet. Deathwing moves in again. Here comes the attack, and they're trying to take the Immortal down quickly, and this should actually work out for them. Blue team about to secure objective number 1, and indeed they do. The damage over time from Lunara is more than enough to secure the first Immortal for perfect gems. Well done. And now it's the bot lane that gets pressured. Everybody is already starting to move down, and level 7 should be through in just a few seconds. That would definitely help the blue team a lot, and here we have it. Choke in Pollen, or do they see the light and take the Splintered Spear? Yeah, it's a Choke in Pollen, of course. Alrighty, so, an A build confirmed. And they can break through the wall at this point. Okay, so, Calamity is in for Li Ming as usual. It's a bit of focus on the Immortal Shields, trying to take that down as quickly as they can. The fort should actually fall, given the efforts here. But Deathwing is jumping in. That could turn the tide in theory. They're trying to get the kill on Hanzo, and he immediately jumps out. Deathwing is actually a little bit... honestly, Deathwing has a bit of a hard-on for Unaverted, and for good reason. If you've ever seen any dragon movie, it's always one of those bloody archers that takes him down in the end. If you watched Lord of the Rings, for example, or The Hobbit, I don't know which one of those exactly featured it, but who took down the dragon? Exactly! The stupid archer. So, Unaverted is definitely the one high up on the priority list for Deathwing, trying to take him down as quickly as they can. The bug report is on the other way in too, and Nubarak gets dropped quickly. So with 2 kills against 1, the blue team has now taken the kill lead. Deathwing has moved up towards the top again, and checks that out. Bottom of the map, there we have CPX. Running out of mana actually, as Lunara is lulling around a little bit more. Next objective is gonna spawn soon, and that's gonna be the important one, especially since level 10 is getting so close for perfect gems that they might actually be able to run this with the talent advantage. The fort's finally falling, weren't able to take it down in the first attempt, but now it's gone, so that gives the structural advantage to perfect gems. And doing a decent job. I mean, again, level 10 can change all of this. They're not massively ahead, but taking the first fort down was important. Problematic might be that Urel is in trouble at the top side, especially now that Deathwing is moving in as well. But Valamar gets out again. I gotta say, he's a bit of a survivor up there. Space Goat is not easily taken down. So far, so good. Now that the Immortal is spawning, everybody's just moving back, trying to get mana. And here's the level 10. Arrow for Hanzo. We're looking at stuns. Are there going to be any surprises? I would assume that Lunara goes into Leap. They really love to do that. Personally, I'm a huge believer in Thornwood Vines if you don't need to go Leap, but then you have a Nubarak and Greymane against Lunara, so that makes it a little bit more attractive to have the additional mobility that you can try and jump away, especially from the claws of that freaking wolf over there. But as this continues, they're starting to get the easy access to the Immortal again. Without level 10, the red team can't do a whole lot, but soak experience, which they now did. And here's the level 10 abilities, where we once again have Cocoon. There's already the setup against Valamar, but the Space Goat is starting to hop out of here. Nice attack by Dudebites. There's the Cocoon against Anduin. Okay, they went for the weakest link, of course. So, logical decision. And he's dead. Yeah, Anduin is down. And they go for Hanzo. The hated archer is taken apart. The Anti-Clown Association. They get level 10 and all of a sudden they're starting to win fights here. So far, so good. Yeah, definitely gaining some momentum. Bit of a push down at the bottom of the map. This is a big threat actually. Especially if Greymane or anybody else is not making it bad soon. But it's all about the push down here. Stun on the Beetle. The bug is in trouble. Everybody else is also starting to just go for an Immortal race. But so far, it seems like the red team is winning this one. They're doing exceptionally well over here. And at the top, Lunara is getting zoned out by Deathwing. And this is going to seal the deal. Yep. Here we go. Deathwing comes in, but it's already too late. The entire fight is over, so all the Deathwing can do is try to get away. So I thought. And then he eats Bambi again. Oh, dear. Then finally taken apart, but that was a good kill. Deathwing just going full 1v4 and actually trading evenly into all of it. Well done. So the Immortal is up, moving down to the bottom of the map. But off we go. Here's a little chance that they have, and Keep has taken some damage at the bottom of the map. And nobody's pushing with it. With Death being down, there's not a lot that they can do. Or at least they decide that they don't, so that Immortal doesn't get jack shit. I mean, what the hell's happening here? This is Immortal number 2. It doesn't even scratch the fort if this continues. That's a little bit of an upset here. And, yep, Ford hasn't lost a single hit point. But they translated towards the top in an attempt to at least get Ford number 2. And, well, spoiler alert, but they didn't even manage to do that. So, that Immortal didn't really do anything. I mean, that wasn't really a big success. I mean, they denied it to the opponent, don't get me wrong. It's better than letting the Immortal go, duh. But still, would have expected them to at least take an even stance on structures on the map with them eliminating one Ford. 5 versus 5 on the other hand. Bullet is in, Anduin with the big boy safe. Valaman Urel at the front. Deathwing coming in, crashing down right here. To the Bite has already taken quite a bit of damage. But so far, still Gucci. Wins, a bit low, re-engages, and there's Bambi. And bam! Down goes an Ubarak. Alright. Good kill. And yeah, I mean, what can I say? Deer, as far as I know, eats beetles. Actually, I don't know, but I'd just assume. Even if it's just involuntarily, if you start nibbling at a couple of plants, you're gonna eat some beetles one way or another. So, yeah. Even if it's not your primary diet, but it's definitely the little crunchy snack that comes with it occasionally. 13 versus 13 on the level board. And at this point, 5 versus 5 on the kill count. Next objective is gonna come up soon. Deathwing comes in. That little hop over there. It's the I can't be bothered hop. Don't want to run, I want to move a little bit. This is like, You know when you have, you know what it reminds me of? The way that this is animated and the way that he moves. Do you know like dolphin, like the swim style when people like swim dolphin? Do you have to learn that at any point, for example, in school? Whenever we would like try and go for dolphin, I would always go whale. And it looks pretty much exactly the way that Deathwing is executing that little hop. So I would also just like heave myself out of the water a little bit and just like plunge down half a centimeter farther ahead. There was no grace to it at all. And with Deathwing, it's the exact same thing. So yeah, there's that. But either way, now that we have level 13 talents on both sides, it's again an even count. And both teams are quite eager to get the Immortal because this one is going to start hurting. We're 12 minutes in roughly. But there's so much poke. I mean, CPX, if he has a couple of hits, damage over time is great, but there's also unaverted. The goat is down, though. Yeah, goats are on the menu for dragons, or so I've heard, so that's the first kill. Trying to go for that archer, but this time he escapes. ETC! Yeah! And North American Arrow has been fired, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to report. And the Immortal is now also getting attacked and finally taken down. Or so you would assume, but Lunara has other plans. Lunara is actually coming in and is trying to take this, and she's gonna get it, isn't she? Oh, it's clutch! No, she's not gonna... Red team makes it happen, but at least she takes the shield down, right? So there is that. Okay, so bot lane, they gotta push out the catapults, and they do, but this is also the lane where the Immortal is gonna move towards. So there's that. Let's take a quick look at the damage output before all of this happens. 37,000 for Deathwing is once again highlighting why, at least in the European region, the hero is more or less banned out. 100%. It's not quite 100. He made it through in the playoffs a little bit too. Another hit against Valamar, and that was nearly a kill. But this time, the goat could escape that fate. A little bit more damage from Deathwing as he's also starting to fall down here. Zakura going for the slide, trying to escape. So far not possible. Ford is obviously down. They're trying to make the play for Urel again, but she's able to push everybody away before the worst happens. Okay. Nearly level 60 now for the red team. They won't be able to do that much more with the Immortal, but level 16 talents will still give them a sweet lead that might actually lead to them trying to take the opponent's Shaman camp away. And they're 16, so now the blue team has to be careful that this fight doesn't turn. Yeah, of course. The fight is also still raging on, and always on Anduin, every single time. ETC, Deathwing, and Anduin gets killed. Resets, baby! And Lunara is dead too. Greyman! Yes, another kill here. 3 kills in a row. Nicely done. Yeah, well played. So now we have 10 kills against 5. And an open wall at the bottom that they can attack. It's looking pretty good now for the Anti-Clown Association. They're not clowning around here. Not even a little bit. Nope. They're going straight in for the kill, trying to take the keep, and that would be a big lead on the bot lane. Up at the top, Urel trying to get a bit of experience for the blue team as they attempt to get level 16 talents, of course, for the next fight in particular. ETC needs to be a little bit... I don't really know what ETC is doing here. I mean, seriously, he's not threatening anyone. It's not like all of a sudden the entire 5-man decides, guys, please, play it safe, go back, ETC is here. So that's not likely to happen. So I'm not quite sure why you would even be there so close and risk dying. If they would have been able to just lock him down with a stun, then that could have been another kill, and you really try to avoid that, especially with everybody being dead. So the worst thing that can happen to you are staggered deaths in this case, so definitely toying a bit of the opponent's team a little bit. Epicenter has now been taken, or as experts call it, aka me, epic enter, as you epically enter the opponent's backline. And that could actually lead to a kill against Lulnara or Anduin. Camp at the bottom of the map, camp at the top, so both of the teams have a bit of pressure going on here. Oh! Lulnara, the Houdini act, well, disappeared within a second, and now they're going for Anduin. Deathwing, on the other hand, turns into Deadwing again, but it comes at a cost. Anduin is down 2, and Urel is eliminated as well. Is that going to be an attempt for the core? They have only 4 heroes on the board, so they actually lost Deathwing, but still could also just simply go for the objective, and it seems like that's exactly what they're doing here. Someone should probably go down to the bottom of the map and take this, but at least the topside camp has taken the fort now too, so there's that. Now with 6 kills against 13, it's obvious that the red team is pretty much ahead. Blue team is struggling. Oh, Zakrak, careful baby. Gotta be cautious here. Bottom of the map, that keep is nearly down, so yeah, take that catapult. Okay, Li Ming is the one to deal with this. Obviously, Greymane is a little bit better suited to take the Immortal down, and at the same time, Greymane is also better suited to push the bot lane out. They weren't able to take the entire thing yet, by the way. Thanks to the halftime short transition, it was slowed down slightly. So now we have another 5 versus 5, and the blue team decides that all they can do is try and fight for this one, or they are going to be dusted. Which is a pretty good, a pretty good read on the situation, let's be honest. So they're trying to catch back, but ETC, if Zakrak is able to buy them a little bit of time, that would be great. Has a good power slide there available, and Nubarak is down. Can they actually turn this? The arrow! Yeah, that was a bit of a weird one. Stun into arrow and stun, but hey, highly effective. Already a kill against Li Ming against the Nubarak. They let Stukov live for some reason, so there's that. But everybody is low. They're trying to go for Greymane, and Greymane doesn't get the counter kill that he was looking for. Is that the comeback? Is that the comeback over here? Yeah, they're defending the Immortal, and it seems like the blue team is able to grab it after all. Hanzo is doing his thing. Yeah, he's currently just Hanzoing the Immortal out. Deathwing comes in, trying to also do a bit more here, but Dudebites has to be careful. And Dudebites... Oh! That's a kill, right? He's dead. Are you fucking kidding me? He actually makes it out? What? Alright. He owes at least a keg of ale to Frostwind now, because... or Frostywind, because that was a big boy save by Stukov. He had no right to survive this. None whatsoever. I mean, seriously. Stukov with a bit of body blocking, with a bit of shoving. So, yeah, he definitely was a huge contributor to that fact. Might not be able to heal him, but hey, definitely did his fair share there to make sure that Deathwing survives. Okay, so now top lane pressure is still there, but still, they have Deathwing. And the fort obviously is going to be gone within a second. The question is not can they take the fort, the question is can they take the keep. The problem is that the red team is about to hit level 20, so that will be an advantage that they are going to hold here. Let's have a quick look at our damage output, 65,000 from Deadwing still. 20 isn't there yet, but it will be any second now for the red team. The Anti-Clown Association are going to have the advantage in talents. Here we go. And now that's a power spike that, of course, you might not be comfortable to go up against, and that's why they're immediately moving back. So the keep doesn't fall, gets still defended. 14 kills against 2. The entire fight isn't over. The next fight is very likely going to decide it, though. Red team has taken a lot of damage from pretty much every single structure that they hold. But the blue team has already lost the keep, so now there's that. On the top. And what do you get there? Another cam pushed out. 20 now on both sides. And off we go. The bullseye again for Hanzo. Can always follow up. I love when Urel just kills shit by jumping on it. I absolutely love it. It's fantastic when she does it on the hero. It's great when she does it on catapults too. It's just like, honestly, it's just like Pancake Girl right there. It's hopping around, flattening everything that comes underneath her hooves. That's a bit of an overkill there. Molten Flame for the Wisp. Like, that Wisp got fucked up. And I actually like that. I mean, again, death to all Night Elves. But so the Wisp immediately taken down there. And yep, there's that. So, 20 versus 20. Top side. They're trying to push the camps out. All of the camps have pretty much been taken, and they have also been defended against. It's going to come down to that team fight. We all know it. It's what it's going to come down. If someone face checks, it might actually just be an isolated kill, but outside of that, the next Immortal is going to show us who's going to win this game. Depending on the fight, they don't even have to go for the Immortal. They can just simply go for the core. Especially since the blue team doesn't have a keep at the bot lane, so that's an easy access right there. But let's go. Hobbity hop. Looks a little bit like a bunny. Like, I don't know. It's a bit weird. Again, it's a majestic dragon. No talent yet on ETC's 20 as usual, so he could go for Bolt of the Storm or for Death Metal. Usually we don't see two of us being taken. At least as an insta-pick, so I don't think it's going to happen here. Already a little bit of repulsion action that they're trying to use. Lanes are not really pushing too aggressively, especially against the blue team. They're fine at the bottom of the map. Yeah, there's the attempt to go for Anubarak. He's still in a bit of trouble. Hobbity hop, and honestly, with a bit of a follow-up, Anubarak would have died here. I think CPX had a chance, but it would also have required him to overextend a little bit. So, could be punished too. But Urel was totally willing to just go ham on this one. The easy double jump. Now they get access to the Immortal. Blue team is pretty happy about that. Perfect gems. Starting to take the lead here. 8 points. Deathwing still starting to piss everybody off. Fireballs from the sky. Meteor Man is doing its thing. And immediately eats some damage here. Not enough just yet though. One repulsion after another for Limingus. She's trying to get someone out of position so that the team can follow up with a kill. So far it's not really happening. Keep Anubarak in mind whenever he engages. Dropping the cocoon, and shit's gonna get real. Urel is at the bottom of the map, fully visible to the red team, so they know that they could force a 5 versus 4. A bit of a short jump here actually by Anubarak, and he's all of a sudden way out of position there, and Vince is about to get wrecked. That was shut down pretty quickly, and without a counter kill, this is going to be lights out. But there it is. Do the bites comes in. Hanzo jumps away, and the dragon just snacks him up, and there's the double kill as Urel goes down. The Immortal with the stun takes down the bunny, the deer, and that is most likely game. I mean, this is rough. 50 seconds for 3 heroes to come back into the game. You shouldn't be able to hold this. I'm a bit surprised that they don't even go for core. I mean, they have Li Ming. They lost the Anubarak, I suppose. So with 4 heroes, they might not be confident enough against ETC and against Anduin. But either way, the halftime show has already been taken, so they're going to try and play it safe here. 22 minutes in, that Immortal is going to hit like a truck. As I'm fond of saying, that kid is going to hit so hard, it's not hitting like a truck, it's actually picking the fucking truck up and is starting to completely kill shit. Full on Godzilla style. So, yeah. 17 kills against 10, and that should be game. That would be a miracle defense if the blue team can muster it. It is of course going to travel to the top side, where we still have at least a few structures protecting the core. But let's go. Maybe with Hanzo. You know, maybe with Hanzo and with Lunara, if they somehow can focus on it. I mean, I'm really searching, really trying, but they need something like this. Oftentimes, they say in a situation like this, the only chance that you have is flanking behind the Immortal, trying to force a team fight where the Immortal isn't involved. Kill the opponent's team, take it out. That's actually why he checked the bush over there, for exactly that spot. Wants to know where ETC is in particular, or the rest of the team. Yeah, unaverted, and he's dead. Alright, that should be the end now. I mean, with him also falling here, that's just bad news. He was one of the main tools they had against the Immortal, together with Lunara, so Hanzo down is a problem. And it seems like this will be the first game in this series and a victory for the Anti-Clown Association. The blue team is trying, though. Blue team is trying as much as they can here. But Lunara is dead. Zagra goes down as well. They're going for Bambi, but let's face it, this is the end. There's a full kill, nearly. There is the 5-man wipe right there as God Filth goes for Anduin, and that's the lead. The lead for the Anti-Clown Association in this best of 5 series against Perfect Gems in the lower bracket of the Division S playoffs in North America. Game number 2, everybody, and usually we start with the introduction, but look at this little shit over here. We actually have, at this point, a little bug in the game, and I don't really know where exactly that came from. I have absolutely no idea. There's no Abatha in this game. There is also no Anuburak. We had a Beetle in this game, and it somehow snuck in from a different map or something. Like, honestly, Leo, do your fucking job. You're the janitor. Clean out the trash here. If we have a bug infestation, someone needs to deal with it. So bugs everywhere. I mean, I knew that Blizzard games were riddled with bugs, but this is honestly overdoing it a little bit. So, Blizzard, please, get your shit together. Work on Warcraft Reforged. Refunded, my bad. And finally make the game good. But holy hell, didn't really expect to see that over here. But as it stands, let's go into the game, because this is of course map number 2. The Anti-Clown Association is playing against Perfect Gems, and there is no better map for Perfect Gems to make it back into a series, because let's face it, outside of them picking their arcane and the appropriate talents, this is just their map. This is just home right here. So in terms of heroes, since we couldn't really go over the compositions, we had the more important things to look at, aka bugs. We have Kel'Thas, Johanna, Leo, Greymane, and Lucio on the side of Perfect Gems. So a composition with a ton of wave clear, and also Kel'Thas in the hands of CPX, aka his best hero. Incoming Pyroblast, for sure. On the other hand, though, for the Anti-Clown Association, we got Malthael, Stukov again, Jimmy with Exterminator as a level 1 talent choice. We have Mal'Ganis, and we have Maiev in action. Now, Anti-Clown Association would of course love to make this a quick 2-0 to take the big lead in the best of 5 series here in the lower bracket. But let's have a bit of a look how all of this is going to pan out for especially CPX, since he's usually quite diligent in getting all of his globes together. So I would say this is going to be an early completion on his level 1 Mana Addict, and can get a pretty hefty shield as the game continues. Khaldor is a pretty decent hero on this map. European style doesn't really rely on him too much, as I said in the past, but there are definitely 2-3 maps in the pool where you occasionally see him picked even on the European scene, and that's mainly Infernal Shrines and also this map, Tomb of the Spider Queen, so there's a chance for sure. But as all of this now comes through, we have at the bottom of the map still our little rotation happening. I mean, everybody is just like moving in right now, trying to take the Siege Giants down that were claimed previously, and everyone is looking for the first kill, and for a bit more pressure here too. I mean, the camp has already been defeated from the red team. Now the blue team still has their own camp that they can push through and maybe take a tower down or two. But it's also about turning in their gems over here. So let's have a bit of a look. Right now, there's the action with CPX already turning in. 12 gems that he's holding. Bottom of the map. Bit of an aggressive play against Malthael, and he gets out. No first blood just yet. But the blue team in control of both of the turn-in points, which allowed them to not only turn in CPX's gems, but even a little bit more. Leo also, by the way, wants, of course, to get rid of his. He has currently 13. But Malthael is very likely going to deny this whenever Leo is making that approach. Big fight already happening in the middle. And he's second right now. Locked down again from CPX as he's connecting the gravity lapse. Trying to put my Palvince into a bad spot for the rest of the team to follow up. Didn't quite pan out that way, but still. Outside of that, we are looking at level 4 talents already. And a lot more wave clear. I mean, Leo in particular, for example. No cooldown reduction, by the way, for Johanna. Went into the shield glare instead of speccing into her condemn. Still the fight at the bottom of the map, and so far it's not really going too well for Malthael. Over here, also attacks against Mal'Ganis in particular, who's always being pretty aggressive. And for good reason. He's trying to set up the kill, and there's already the lurking arm follow-up. CPX is still fine, at least for now. But the Fell Claws and... Oh, not even close, baby. Clutch escape by the Fire Mage, making it out and still surviving. Both teams with enough gems, obviously, to get all of this done now. To get the first Web Weaver wave. And check all of this out. Bottom of the map. There's already Valaman unaverted. You have at the same time Malpal wins with 21 gems that he wants to deliver. But still not a single kill. Level 7 talents are now in. Sunfire Enchantment for Kel'Thas. Level 7 also coming through for the Anti-Clowns Association. And with 32 gems already delivered, it at least seems that perfect gems in this early game have a bit of a leg up. And you wouldn't want it any other way. Not on this map. I mean, again, if any team knows how to deal with gems, it's perfect gems. Or so you would think. And then this happens. Caster Curse confirmed. So they start dropping gems as Greymane and Leo get dropped. Lulcio is also getting killed. That's 3 kills against 0. And the Anti-Clown Association, they want to go for Jojo. And they drop her to 15 gems on the ground. They're trying to zone it out. ZPX is at least getting some of them. They still have more than enough to turn in, but the red team has, of course, now dips as they move on to the point. Valaman needs to be really careful that he doesn't get killed again, and that's the first Web Weaver wave right here. It looked good. It looked great. They did a decent job. Blue team with a great setup, and then this happens. Losing 3 heroes in a row, losing a few gems in the process. They saved a couple, but now they are half a level behind. The Web Weavers are going to move in. If they can get a kill now again, oh my god, that would be a disaster. Greymane, and he's dead. What a horrible, horrible first wave. This is going to be bad. This is going to be really bad. Fantastic for the Anti-Clowns Association, but for perfect gems, it is a problem. I'm a little bit disappointed. It's the... well, actually, I'm not really all that disappointed. I mean, we've seen a lot of clowning around in North America in general, but it seems like at least in this series, the Anti-Clown Association is taking their name serious. No clowning around over here. They are serious. This is serious business. As they get level 10 with a push. There's another setup, the immediate Hyperion follow-up. And of course, now Malthael is also looking for kills with the last rights. He wants to stack this a little bit harder. They already did damage at the top, they do damage at the bottom, and they really start racking the hit points on the fort in the middle. Won't be able to get the kill in, but this is still dangerous. There's still a Web Weaver wave at the bottom of the map. Careful, bro. That last rights could wreck you. Jumps in, a little bit more damage onto Leo, and that's the last right kill. Yeah, he jumps out, and for good reason. If he stays a bit longer there, then he is dead. Of course, Wins needs to be careful. He still holds 31 gems, but I'm pretty sure that the red team is going to deliver those within a second. Why wouldn't they? And yes, there they go. Johanna could interrupt, but she doesn't have any idea. Zagra doesn't know what's going on here. So that's 31 gems delivered. Greymane, CPX in particular, with 31 is also now trying to just finish what the rest of the team started. And it's a Web Weaver wave. Yeah, nobody here for the interrupt, so they actually let this slide completely. We also, by the way, have again, you already knew it was coming, we have the Pyroblast. And I gotta admit that the last time that I've seen Pyroblast in North America, for the first time, I think it actually got value. They played a combo with Urel, actually. And so Urel would jump on the Pyroblast target time and time again and deliver the kill if the Pyroblast couldn't, which isn't actually a bad strategy, but this time they don't have anything like this, unless Leo wants to ghost in every time it happens. Over here, fight is already going strong, and CPX is losing a lot of his HP, but he's using his mana adding quickly. Pyroblast! Nope. Not... Oh! 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 The MLG play! They get the kill after all. The Pyroblast doesn't get the kill, but then they are able to also get the Ignite connected, and that is just enough. Maiev, she saw it coming, but yeah. The Pyroblast not successful. The follow-up was nicely played. And they take the game back. At least they're trying to. The Web Weavers that they summoned are starting to do work. At the top, they are about to take the fort down. Gotta give some credit here to the blue team. That was actually a pretty nice move, considering how badly they fell behind after they lost 3 heroes early on. they are now in a spot where they might just fight their way back into this. They still have the gems for another turn in. They are nearly in the same experience as their opponent, and if they are able to turn in their gems, then that would mean a lot of momentum for them, and them definitely closing this gap quickly. But both teams have enough gems. So a quick interrupt at the bottom of the map would be all that they need. Oh, yes. Mal'Ganis. Oh, my God. The Sudoku comes straight in and commits Subaru in the middle of the opponent's team. Perfect gems. They're like, dude, what are you doing here? 1 versus 4? I mean, get real for a second. You're not Dracula, so that's a kill. But Web Weavers are confirmed, so it might just be hashtag worth it. As Mal'Ganis is about to come back, but the Web Weavers are already on the map here. So, let's go. Web Weavers are in. Level 13 talents on both sides. This one is not gonna make it for long. Web Weaver already down, and... Yep, here we go. Bottom of the map. The fort is lost. Okay, 1 fort down. Can still go for the rotation. This one's gonna push towards the keep. Can go into the middle and try and get the fort as well. Web Weavers are down, but it doesn't necessarily matter. So let's see if they can actually do this. Over here. A little bit of an attack. Let's go. There we have it. Attack keeps coming, and there's the opportunity with the Hyperion cover to go for the fort. Fort is not falling. They're actually not pushing in with this. But since everybody defends on the blue team side, it means that the bot lane has now taken damage. Does the wave come through? Nope. Killing it before it. Okay. Still 80 gems in the hands of the blue team. They still got 80 over here. So, 5 kills against 3. It's a fun game actually. Bit of a back and forth action the entire time. 23,000 damage by my F. 22k by Reyna. Malthel is looking good. 19,000 for Greymane. There's the interrupt. Yeah, you can't lose him. That's where Inevitable End comes in really handy. Before he gets locked down. Don't forget about the Entomb, by the way. It could also be set up for them eventually. And the fight is starting up again. CPX. He's just simply turning in, and he's going to be able to make it happen. Yeah, 37 gems delivered. He was probably sweating bullets the entire time, just saying, boys, I don't like this. Just make sure that I'm getting rid of that. Blessed Shield gets used in an attempt to allow Valamar to get the turning completed. Spoiler alert, didn't happen, but there's the kill against Malthael. Gems on the ground, and the fight is forced. 5 versus 4 at this point, and Valamar is starting to lose HP quickly as well. They look for the counter kill, and they're about to get it, actually. Leo's moving in deep, and there's the kill follow-up again. They started with another Pyroblast, but that's a shit ton of gems on the ground. But my pal Vin still saves at least 32. 3 heroes eliminated, and now another turn in attempt, and the boss is open as well, which immediately triggers the blue team to rush topside and take this one. Yeah, and it doesn't really seem... I mean, there's not enough gems on the red team side left that they can do. But here we go. That's an easy boss. And he can turn in as well, and Legacy is doing exactly that. It's all about timing. Valamar is coming back too. And off we go. Boss plus Web Weavers. Let's go, baby. Leo's in the middle of the map trying to take the camp down, but the rest of the team is already pushing the top side. And with level 16 talents, why wouldn't they? They have everything that they need right now. Ignite is also ready for Kalthas. So here's that too. And here we go. Web Weavers are coming in. Malthael still at the bottom of the map. And the goal is to take the keep down. The goal is the keep. Get the keep. Try and get some top lane control. Leo is moving on as well. Web Weavers in the middle will eventually take down the fort if not attacked. And even with the Hyperion here, the boss still has tons of HP. Those Web Weavers are looking healthy. And here's the Blessed Shield and a kill against Reyna. Oh, the triple Entomb. They're going for it. In this case, Ignite does work, but Pyroblast isn't ready yet. They take the keep. Can they even take core? They might be able to. Boss still has hit points left, and they are just murdering through the top. And everybody on the red team is starting to lose hit points. They are in trouble. We still have the potential Pyroblast. They are going through, but they're not trying to get the kill here, it seems. And with kill, I mean core. Oh, Pyroblast! No, 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 no! A for effort. A for effort. The fort in the middle has fallen, though. And now that they're moving straight up to the next keep, they might be able to get a hit here. but they only took 10 points off the core. I think they could have done a little bit more if they were more aggressive. They had an advantage in numbers, but even if they just take the keep, take those forts, then they are still far ahead here. Alright, last rights didn't actually connect. Didn't do a whole lot here. And that's Leo down. Leo eliminated, but the counter kill against Malthael. The Blessed Shield comes through again. That could be a follow-up kill. And they're trying to go for Kelsia. He has 33 gems. Stukov with a save. And the kill. Trade Johanna against Maiev. The gems are still taken. Godfilled gets away. The filthy escape as Adeverted also tries to rush out. He can't quite make it happen. Balamar is going to be back any second. But Kelthas is dead too. Gems all over the place. I mean, this entire field is littered with gems. In comes Leo, misses the drain. And here's the get the fuck out of my team fight move from Stukov as he just pushes him out. So Leo already gone. And this is the Red Web Weavers descending onto the map in an attempt of the Anti-Clown Association to gain back the momentum in this game here. 10 kills against 9 so far. We have currently, on terms of damage, 45,000 for Maiev. She's definitely shining in this game. And here's the Web Weavers. 2 heroes still down for the blue team. And of course, after pushing out the top lane a little bit, the goal has to be to take a keep down on the blue team's side as well. And that's what they're looking for right now. Perfect gems and the Anti-Clown Association dead even in experience. 90% on the red team's core. And they're not really pushing with this as much as they should, actually. So it seems like the only thing they're going to get out of this one is the top fort. You kind of feel that they needed to do a little bit more. I honestly expected them to rotate down to the bottom of the map and push with that Web Weaver because the fort falls anyways. You don't need your 5-man up here to take the fort down. That one is a goner either way. So a little bit of a weird move to go top side instead of either pushing middle or bottom and let the top Web Weaver just take all of this down. Yeah. Bit of a weird choice, to be absolutely frank. As you can tell, this entire Web Weaver wave has pretty much taken a fort, and that's that. And we're 15 minutes into the game. So, I expected more. Anyways, blue team still has 60 gems. That's something that they can also turn in. And the teams are going for camps again. With the siege giants at the bottom of the map. Free for the taking. We have perfect gems, really just letting all of this go. They want their level 20. You can actually tell that they're a little bit hesitant. They really don't want to fight around this. They're just saying, like, yeah, we're so close to 20. Why would we actually engage into the battle? We are the ones with the gems. They still have to get another 15. So let's just get 20 and then try the turn in. And that's what we're seeing here. Bird Alive is in. And Radiating Faith also at the same time. The Flamethrower. Yeah, and off we go. Turn-in is about to happen. 47 gems and 7 already been turned in. CPX is getting rid of his 2. And Leo at the second turn-in has done pretty much the same thing. So now the Web Weavers are going to come into play for the blue team once more. And this could be it. If they play their cards right, they might have a chance here to end the game. Keep in mind that it's now 20 versus 20. Ooh, Hyperion upgrade even for Jimmy. The Indomitable Resolve right there. Okay. Haven't seen that in a hot minute. But now that the Web Weavers come down, that's of course the opportunity to end the game right here. Especially if Leo connects his 20. If Leo gets a good Buried Alive through, this is just over. This is just game. It's all on Leo. Well, not all on Leo, but he is definitely going to play a crucial role here. Johanna could even set it up with the Blessed Shield. He could Blessed Shield it, he could Entomb it. And are they gonna go for it? Well, Malthael, he gets Blessed Shield. All of it misses. All of it misses. Blessed Shield didn't do anything, got immediately counteracted. Oh, Pyro!
Nope.
Yeah, and over here the fight continues, but Frosty Wind is already about to go down. Leo dies as well. And they don't even get the mid-keep. Oh my god. Leo missed the Buried Alive. The Blessed Shield was too far out for a follow-up. All the engages that they're trying to set up are backfiring right now. The attempt to kill Malthael is still baiting them a little bit over here. The push isn't quite over, but they also didn't accomplish a lot here. I mean, seriously, bot lane, that's currently getting pressured. Those Web Weavers are easily depushed now, and the keeps are still all in place. Yeah, this game isn't over yet. I'm actually a bit amazed. We're 18 minutes in. I thought that there were already 2 opportunities for teams to get way farther ahead than they did. and capitalize on the engages. But talking about engages, there's another one. Malthael isn't here. Bullet comes out, connects. Enough gems for the red team. They're going to turn it for themselves. Buried alive, but not enough follow-up. Or is there maybe? Frosty Wind? Yeah, he gets out. Stukov is still fine, at least for now. Malthael coming in from behind now, looking for a target, looking for a victim, looking for the last rites. Gets attacked, but has so much damage right now. Doesn't have the ult anymore, used it already, still looking for the kill, gets it! Yes, there's at least the kill against Stukov, but Jojo is down, so is Leo, and Malthael has died as well. The red team, they don't have enough gems for a turn-in, but they are close. They had it before, they just lost them. Malthael is back because, as you all know, no one can stop death, baby. Oh, 11 kills against 13. They are at each other's throat like crazy. Oh, Vince dodging out on the damage. Is this the turnaround attempt? Trying to move in again. Sleep, baby, sleep. And that's a kill on Kel'Thas. Kel'Thas gets wrecked. Lucio is trying to escape. He's also down. That has to be a turn-in. I mean, come on, they need to be at least able to get the turn in. They could go for boss too, by the way. Boss is up, 4 heroes down, you have a turn in available. There's no way you're going to lose this game anymore if you're on the side of the Anti-Clown Association, right? This has to be lights out. It just simply has to be. I mean, at this point, they are just getting everything on the map. We're 20 minutes in, pretty much. And if that is not a 2-0, then I honestly don't know what's going on here. Well, there's at least Leon Greymane buried alive. And the kill against Maiev. Wait, what? Hello? Unawarded? Can you calm the fuck down? Thank you. He gets 2 kills in a 3 versus 5? It was a 2 versus 5, wasn't it? How? Just how? They can't take the boss now. What is happening here? What is this? Look at him, he has 65 gems. He has enough gems for a turn-in. Oh my god. They should have had way more heroes up there at the top. But yeah, Greymane going in and getting the kill there is kind of insane. They're spreading out too much, even though they have the advantage, a bit too greedy, and then shit like this happens. Now, we still are looking at a situation where they can get the turn-in. If they time it now, the 2 heroes will be back. It's 14 against 11 seconds. But they're going down to the bottom of the map again. Johanna's on the way now too. Camps all over the place. Zagrug is saying like, ooh, free camp. Awesome. Awesome. Let's go. Siege Giants down. And yeah, it's a little bit bananas what's happening over here. Holy hell. 66,000 damage and 68,000 damage for Jimmy and for Greymane. By the way, there's a little bit more to it too. Look at Maev's damage. She's sitting at 60,000 herself, and we have 62k for Malthael. Blue team has a little bit less damage, but still enough to take 13 kills in this game. And now it's all about the trap. But camps are pushing everything. Blue team plays this smart. They took 2 camps, camp at the bottom and camp in the middle, and now they're just waiting for the red team to head back to defend, and they posture around boss. And the red team is pretty much in a checkmate position. If they go towards the camps and try to defend them, then they're going to lose boss. If they try to defend the boss, then they will lose the keeps because of the camps. So it's a really shitty position for them to be in. But, well, weapons are coming through. The camps are coming through. Boss is again letting leash this. There's a 5 versus 5. Very, very smart play now from the blue team all of a sudden. Starting to move in and saying like, alright, just chill, boys. We're going to get the mad value. Red team gets the turn in, so the web weavers will be coming in. But the keep is taking mad damage. It doesn't fall, though. The keep does not fall. And now the red team is trying to play the web weaver game. Trying to get enough momentum and also deep push to maybe cross the map, force a fight, win it, and then go for core. 22 minutes into it. Honestly feels like we've been here longer. But no, it's only 22 minutes so far. Which is a respectable time frame for Tomb of the Spider Queen, don't get me wrong. But here comes the aggression now. They're trying to push at least for 1 keep. They're starting to go in with this. Already, we're looking to the left side. Red Web Weavers knocking at the door, knocking at the wall, talking wall. Hyperion is now coming in. Web Weavers with a bit of additional damage. It's all about, especially Kel'Thas now with a flamethrower. And he's starting to burn it down quickly, one after another. Some initial damage is in, but the blue team is chasing them out. The red team is falling away again, and I am a little bit weird. Like, I'm honestly worried, like, what are you gonna do? If you don't push with your web weavers, like, why? I mean, they get some control back. They push the web weavers out, they have more lane control now, but they need to make a stand at some point. And it really seems that they're just terrified of that buried alive, and for good reason. It is an insanely good ult. And also, of course, the Radiating Faith on the side of Johanna, which is fantastic for a setup as well. But both teams have gotten suspiciously little out of those web weaver waves that we've seen in this game. Didn't really capitalize on any of this. So over here, Jojo is up at the front again. Zagrug needs to be careful. Blessed Shield is out, Bullet is in, and Malthael! He dies, and another Pyroblast kill. That's a double kill. That has to be it, right? I mean, Malthael is at least back. Malthael is back. It's a 5 versus 4, but there's no support anymore for the red team. The blue team still goes for the boss. They still want the boss here. They're forcing the fight. He misses the Entomb again. And it doesn't matter since it's a kill against Maiev, and this looks like it's lights out. Malthael dies again. They try to go for unaverted. I think a counter kill against Greyman isn't unreasonable, but he actually gets out. Leo, though, he dies. God Filth survives. Mal'Ganis, spoiler alert, won't, but that's only one hero left against 4, and now they can finally go for, well, core or boss. I think both possible, but with 20 seconds left only on Stukov, they decide to go for the boss instead. Jimmy, the one-man army over here, is like, boys, don't worry, I got this. Pushing out the mid lane in an attempt to do something. I don't know quite what. It's level 24 versus level 24. He can easily take a few of those towers down, but it's not really going to matter. He needs to really, really get the hell out of there too. So if Leo respawns, he's just dead. So yeah, starting to move back right now. Top lane pressure is there. 25 minutes in. The boss should really take it out now. I mean, the boss alone is going to relieve them from their misery here, I think. 90% only, 10 already gone previously. And that's going to be game. Looks like we're heading into game number 3 with a tie in this series. The best of 5 is going to continue in just a second. That core is going to get absolutely wrecked, as you can already tell. I mean, it's already ongoing. And that is game number 2 concluded. Perfect Gems with the W and Tomb of the Spider Queen. And we are heading straight into game 3 of the best of 5 series here in the losers bracket, with a 1-1 score between Perfect Gems and the Anti-Clown Association. Game number 3, Volskaya Foundry. A little bit of a hype setup over here. Look at this beauty. On the left side, now that the blue team has locked in a victory, we see Khaldor again. Played by CPX. Give me that Pyroblast. Unaverted on Greymane, Legacy on Ana, Zagrug on ETC, and Valamar on Urel. And to the right side of the map, Do the Bites on Stitches. Oh yeah, baby, we have a Stitches composition. Frosty Wind on Malfurion is going to try to lock the target in after it has been hooked. Kelsey on Reyna, got Filth on Li Ming for the damage output, and my pal Vince is playing Li Ming. Varian, sorry. So we actually have Varian in the game now as well. So far, so good. And that's actually a lot of lockdown that we now have. You get the taunt through, you just paint the bullseye on the opponent's target, just so that Li Ming can take aim and take them down here. So it's going to be an interesting one. Game number 3 in the best of 5, and off we go. I mean, right now, a little bit of action against Stitches, who went into Hungry for More on level 1, which means that he's obviously going to attempt to get such a super high hit point pool as the game continues by just gobbling up one health globe after another, which brings us back to probably the biggest criticism of this Blizzard UI that was for years and years on end. I actually think for 3 years now, not updated once, and it's just atrocious at tracking quest talents. So it's going to be a bit tricky. Again, we can still show the quest talents a little bit if you obstruct half the screen. And, well, I'm going to show you that every now and then. Honestly, it really pisses me off that Blizzard is just unwilling to just simply make this entire panel smaller. If they would just reduce the size of this panel drastically, you could show it every now and then with just obstructing the entire screen. And it's honestly, from a caster's perspective, so unbelievably tilting. that these people are so incompetent that they don't even invest the 10 minutes that it would take. Okay, I get it, it's a little bit more, to just change that one thing and at least make this UI halfway usable, but instead we get garbage like experience globes that literally nobody asked for. It's embarrassing to no end. Little Khaldor ran over. Later I'm going to tell you how I really feel about all of this, by the way. So we get our first kill, and now that Stitches is down, we are all of a sudden looking at a blue team that has the opportunity to take the healing beacon and does exactly that. So quick healing beacon claim, so 2 items against 1 over the first objective. And that's actually a pretty good start into all of this. Healing Beacon can make the difference of you winning the first protector or losing out on it. And this can be a very snowbally map if you play your cards right, especially if you're able to take objective number 2 as well. So with this setup, ooh, the kill. No, maybe. Yeah, there we go. And he spreads the love too. Living bomb damage everywhere. And they're trying to go for the counter kill, but they can't. Taunt has of course been claimed by Varian. If you're watching this video and you actually think that there is a different talent on level 4 than Taunt outside of you trying to meme, then you are dead wrong. Please don't be one of those Reddit prawns plebs that runs around and says that Taunt has to be buffed because it's unpickable. It's literally the only pet talent that got ever picked in competitive play for a reason. Combos, especially if you play in an amateur league, this is the way to go. Learn to play the game, and then you'll see how Taunt is going to give you insane value. So, Taunt, obviously, as I said before, is supposed to be a bit of a follow-up for a fishing hook, or for a hook in general, especially with Malfurion laying down the lawn there for target practice for Li Ning and Reyna. But Taunt can also be used just outside of the hook, so you don't necessarily have to wait for the hook alone. By the way, as Stitches dies, Khaldor is also getting locked down, so Stitches is dead, but CPX is not gonna make it either. That's gonna be a kill. They're already moving out a little bit to make sure that they're not going to spread damage in any way. So yeah, here we go. Everybody is now moving down to the bottom of the map, and this is already more or less prepping for objective number 3. One of the criticisms of this map in particular is that it's incredibly scripted, so you know from the get-go where the next objective spawns, and that makes rotations very, very predictable. Since you start with the objective on the middle of the map, then it's the top lane, then the bottom lane, and then we repeat the entire procedure. So with that the case, you know that with the first protector, it's pretty easy for you to try and go to the top lane, take your opponent's fort and fountain down to have a bit of a better fighting opportunity during protector number 2. So the same reason is also why you sometimes see teams moving even towards the bottom of the map, trying to take that fountain down, since it helps them for the third objective. But it's all about the items as well, so item control is heavily important, and there's a lot of items that have been dropped here in this fight. I mean, holy shit, they're not even waiting for the objective anymore, or fighting on the actual point. Instead, the fight is happening over here, with another attack coming through as Varian is moving in. Taunt is about to be ready, but he also got hit by the sleeping dart. There's the kill against Malfurion. 5 kills against 1 now, and boy, the blue team is starting to crush. Holy shit. There's another lockdown, another kill. We have 6 kills against 1, 1.5 level lead. This is Avalanche territory. We're not talking about snowballing it here anymore. They are avalanching it. If they take the protector and then have a level 10 to push with it, that's gonna cost them a lot of structures here. This is hugely problematic right now. And this entire setup that the red team is currently trying to use in order to get ahead here, with just isolating targets through a hook, or maybe going for a quick attack with Varian and then letting everyone else following up, is not working. That's another kill, and that's a big Pyroblast kill right here. So they get the Pyroblast kill, they have level 10, and they are not taking any prisoners here. Oh. The Anti-Clown Association is getting fucked up at this point. Holy hell. I mean, it seems like dying is contagious. It spreads faster than the coronavirus right now. Everybody on the red team has it. 9 kills against 1, and we are only 5 minutes into this game. This is getting nuts. They take the fort in the middle. Now we're seeing them moving topside in an attempt to go for the fountain here too. And who's going to stop them? They have a 2-level lead and they have level 10 abilities. How are you going to deal with this? The answer to the question is you don't. Yeah. There's no vaccine against dying. None that we know of, at least. So, yeah. There's another one that is about to be dropped. That's 2 forts down, ladies. Li Ming is already at the bottom of the map in a desperate attempt to get level 10. But they are just getting murdered over here. Camps get stolen, forts get destroyed. This is getting insanely nasty right now. This is a bit unbelievable. I mean, the Undercommon Association is finally getting level 10. But can they actually come back into this? It's gonna be tough. 2 levels are still 2 levels, so they need a team fight on even talents on an isolated hit. It's really Stitches that needs to get one of these hooks through. Once that he has level 13, he's gonna have the fishing hook, but if he is not able to just get someone in here somehow, it's gonna be problematic. Alright. By the way, it's 8 o'clock again in Spain. I can tell because every night at 8 o'clock there's a lot of clapping outside. People move to the balcony. Spain is obviously, as so many other countries, now in quarantine lockdown. So 8 o'clock every night people are moving onto the balconies, applauding for everybody that is working in healthcare or is currently working in general. We have a couple of fireworks here as well. It was a huge festival that was supposed to happen roughly 10 days ago in Valencia, at least, fires, and that was cancelled because of the virus too. So people have a ton of fireworks at home right now because they didn't get to use it at the actual festival. So that is now getting fired out too. So yeah, microphone's definitely not going to pick it up. But it is a bit of a reminder every evening when I'm casting here that it's 8 o'clock again. So yeah, with this, 13 against 11 now, and we've seen a bit of a push to the bottom of the map. The red team was trying to respond topside, but as you can tell, they haven't even taken down the wall. This is a disaster for... This is really a disaster for the Anti-Clown Association. They're getting hammered into the ground here. Absolutely hammered. They nearly won game number 2. They were so close of winning the second game. And I honestly think that they had a few opportunities to really take the victory on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Especially with the Web Weaver waves that they had towards the end of it. But it seems that win on the second map was all the perfect gems needed to build up some momentum here. And they have taken that confidence from this victory into game number 3 where they're just absolutely crushing. That gank, on the other hand, could actually take... Nah, ETC gets gorged as well, but they are flanking in, and the interrupt! Nicely done. That could have been another kill with Pyroblast. CPX is going to have the ult back in just another second, but the kills are already aplenty. Malfurion is down, and that's an MLG play. Another kill here, triple kill from Khaldor alone. The only survivor is a Varian. And oh boy. I mean, let's be honest, the Anti-Clown Association, they know what's happening here. This is an absolute ruffle stomp that we're seeing. They make perfect gems. They make the red team look like a quick match team, honestly. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. They got snowballed so hard. Coming back into this is nearly impossible. The only thing that you can really hope for is a victory in a team fight. And with the talent down and 3 levels behind, this is pretty much impossible. Guys, we're 9.5 minutes in. Objective number 2 hasn't even been taken. They're not even going for it. They're like, why the fuck would we do that? Like, we are already crushing. So they take the keep, and now they can go for the objective, and then with level 16 and the protector, they might even be able to go for core. There's already pings happening as the camp over here is about to spawn against. They're going for this, but this is getting absolutely nuts here. This is one of those games that you just want to forget. If you're the red team, you just want to forget this game. Then again, if they make a comeback here, that would be insane. That would be the comeback of the century if they make that happen. Khaldor again with a hit, but not a kill. Nicely done though, but he himself is in trouble, but he still gets the kill out. CPX, ladies and gentlemen. Going for kill after kill here, and oh my god. Guys, if you have kids watching this, please be a responsible adult and escort them out of the room. This is the stuff of nightmares right now. You're going to traumatize your kid, you have to pay shit tons of money for a psychiatrist, and it's absolutely not worth it. Please be a responsible adult and escort kids out of the room. And at the same time, someone call the cops because the red team is getting murdered. This is getting crazy. It's like, seriously, Stitches is down. We're looking at 20 kills against 1. 20 kills against 1 in the second keep gets attacked. Urel is saying, hey, but I want a mech. I always dreamed of having my own little mech, so I'm gonna go for the protector right now. The rest of the team is like, alright, if we have to. They are 4 levels ahead. 4 levels! This is honestly nuts. Oh! That's not a kill, is it? Li Ming is killed again. Oh god, I cannot believe this game. Urel is still sitting at the top. She's like, guys, you don't need me anyway, so why would I help you? That's another kill. Oh god, what a disaster. What a disaster. I honestly thought that I've seen Storms in my life, but this is probably taking the cake here. Yeah, great. Can't stop, won't stop. What? I mean, this is a total demolition. They drop a double healing beacon, and why? Because they fucking can. Yeah, of course, the red team at this point is just YOLOing into it. I mean, they don't really believe in that chance to come back here anymore either. Nor does anybody else, if you're honest about it. So, yeah, this is just a little bit memey. Greymane is maybe. No, he's alive. Of course he's alive. 25 kills against 1. Urel is bringing the Protector in as they go for the core. They are 5 levels ahead. 5 levels. Full 5 levels. Unaverted is saved. Variant is down. And this is game. Yeah, Nano Boost on Unaverted. He's able to jump out whenever he wants to. But yeah, this is game. This is perfect. Gems with the lead in the best of 5 as they take the 3rd game. What a storm. 26 kills to 1 and a big victory and a huge confidence boost for perfect Gems in this losers bracket match at Division S playoffs in North America. Game number 4. Boy, did we just see an ass kicking. So, Anti-Clown Association, they need to recover from this. And it will be a little bit tough here. Rumor plays that they play game number 4 now standing because their backside still hurts so much from getting spanked all day long in game number 3. But, well, let's see. Can they fight back? Can we get game number 5? Or what's going to happen here? On the left side, now in Cursed Hollow, our 4th map, we have Unaverted on Greymane, Valamar on Dehaka, Zagrak on Nubarak, CPX on Forstad, and Legacy on Lucio. So, double global for them. Whereas on the right side, Do the Bites on Arthas. We have Frosty Wind on Stukov again. Got Filth on Genji. My pal Vince on ETC. And Kelsia is playing Raynor. Alright, also again with Exterminator, since we have double boss on the map, that makes of course sense. The double global setup is kind of neat. Let's see if they can actually play the macro game here. I don't mean this in a mean way, but so far North Americans teams have honestly never really excelled on playing the macro game properly. And especially in the post-HGC era. So if they can play around the double global properly, that would actually be pretty neat on a big map like this. Obviously the heroes also give them quite a lot of control over potential fights over the boss, since we have Cocoon on Anubarak, Isolation, Gust, so there's a lot of tools that they can use here. But the first thing that we actually see happening is Greymane and Anubarak making it onto structures, and that's always amazing because those two are just fantastic. If you have Lucio with in the mix, you can also speed away from it quite easily, so that happens as well. But as I said, getting Greymane on any structure is great. He has tons of damage in Worgen form against structures, and at the same time Anubarak will spawn the beetles that will soak tower shots that makes it all safer, and Lucio will buy you those precious special extra seconds that you need in order to do the most amount of damage before you have to just simply move away, and he can speed you up in the process. So with that said, on the red team side, it's probably the Genji factor that is the most interesting here. Genji in particular can be a nuisance to Falstad and can take him down pretty quickly, so that's something to watch out for sure. As usual, the team that has the well, pretty much what happens is if you're the blue team and the tribute spawns topside, you take your siege giants first and you take the camp down here second. If you are the team on the other side, then you do the exact opposite, which is exactly what we're seeing. So they are waiting with a siege giant camp for as long as they can, because they hope that it will get more value at the bottom of the map while everybody's fighting topside for tribute number 1. So that's the normal rotation that you're seeing here, and this game is not different in any way. Well, it's different maybe in that case that one team is rocking a double global and the other one doesn't have a single one, outside of ETC potentially picking stage dive later, so it shouldn't really matter all that much, but we'll see. Now, the top gets actually pushed, and there's another turret that falls. Yeah. And guys, I don't know, this is already shaping up to be a highly aggressive game from Perfect Gems again, so I'm a little bit worried here. Oh, yep, especially now that we might even see him die. There's a minion wave pushing in, so they can easily dive behind the fort. Genji isn't here yet, and this fort is getting a ton of damage pressed onto it. It might even fall. Are we actually just continuing where we left off on the last map? I guess Inuburak is gonna die now, but that's still hella worth it. If they can get Lucio, that would be great too. Lucio's on the run. Greymane is moving back too. Maybe lose the tribute because of it, but trading a tribute for a fort? I take that trade any day of the week. So that's actually fantastic. I'm a little bit terrified right now. I honestly thought that game number 3 would just be one of those games, you know, you fall behind, things don't go your way, your draft doesn't work out the way you planned, you just shrug it off and you're like, okay, whatever, let's focus on the next one. This one doesn't really count, but we are just continuing the same way we ended game number 3. With the blue team just dominating. Yes, there's a kill for the red team, granted, but the fort's gone. Now, they still have even talents, they still have even experience, so there's that. But now we have also the Siege Giant starting to travel through the bottom of the map as expected. Next tribute spawns topside again, so the entire Siege Giant setup was delayed a little bit, but let's see how this pans out. It should honestly be a tribute in the hands of the blue team. The position is just a bit better for them, and they are the only team that still have a fountain topside. So I don't think the red team is even going to make a play for it, which is exactly what we're currently looking at. But now down here, stun attempt, connects, okay. Get a bit of damage in, ETC helps Arthur's out. False set channels the tribute successfully. So 1-1. By the way, he didn't even go in the boomerang, so he loses a bit on the global value. But against Genji in particular, he now has a much better tool in these one-on-one situations when it ever comes to that. So False going just in a full-on lightning rod build, which is playable. Again, this is actually a build that you can play. It's not the most common build by any means. Boomerang is still just too good to pass up on for most teams. But since they run a double global, they're not as dependent on Falstad playing around it. We have 4 minutes in, nearly 5, so the bosses are going to spawn in a second or two. Well, 5 seconds to be exact. But here's the hit. Dudebites goes down, and that's a beautiful gank that he just set up to. And they are doing the exact same thing again. Greymane on the structures, Inuburak creating beetles to soak up the shots. Over and over again, the same move here. Sakura gets saved, that was clutch. Also uses his own shield, of course, for that. Next tribute is about to spawn again, and, well, Falstad is playing it a bit safe at the top because it's only on half HP. Actually, in this case, it's not only him playing it safe, he's also starting to bribe camps. So we have another camp pushing topside, which will also increase his damage. Valamar is double-checking the boss up here, making sure that especially Reyna didn't sneak in to try and take it with someone else, since Exterminator... The whole Exterminator pick on this map is really centered around minions in particular, well, mercenary camps, and mainly bosses. So if you ever get Jimmy in that spot, he can easily grab it. Talking about grabbing it, tribute is taken too. So the Anti-Clown Association is fighting back a much more efficient way now in this 4th game. And they can always turn it. The loss of the 4 topside is a problem, especially since Dehaka is now using that opportunity to push waves out more aggressively and try to help those Siege Giants get close to the keep. Arthas is currently meeting that challenge. But here comes the level 10 ability now on both sides. And again, at the same time, experience looking decent. Army of the Dead is in. There's the mosh pit. And again, the attempt to take some structures down only at the bottom. Next tube, it has to be fought over. So it's topside again. Once more the decent spot for the blue team. There's, as I said, another chance that red team just simply says, yeah, take it. We don't care. We can't really fight there because we don't have a fountain close by that we can't fall back to and then re-engage. But they might try and just nibble a little bit around the edges and see if there's maybe an opportunity to take a kill. That's at least what I would expect from them here. No global at the bottom, though. A little bit surprised. Honestly, the blue team should keep one hero at the bottom of the map, take one more wave before they move in here. So it's a little bit weird that with a double global, they don't make anything happen towards that end. And they're going straight for the fight, and the kill against the bird. Nice X-strike from Genji. Gets the kill in the mosh pit on the other hand. Against 3. And they don't kill a single one of them. Legacy is still there, but the tribute could curse them now. There's still a fountain, so they start to go for it, but I don't think there's an actually, ETC has a chance to interrupt. Oh, yes, and he gets it. There's a drag that could easily have been taken. ETC is down. This looks like curse. This looks like a curse. It's the red team making it back into it. Apparently, they are finally shaking the shock of the last game off. ETC needs another 15 falls. That? Alright, the fly, the barrel, but this is curse time. And now DeHaka should try and move down to the bottom of the map. They need to spread out and really hold as many of these lanes as they possibly can. So, yeah, off we go. Well. Alright, Paladin sitting tight. Nubarak is back to business after he died earlier. Yes, down to the bottom as expected. DeHaka immediately welcoming in Arthur's quickly with another drain, with another tong. And the red team has taken lead. 3 kills against 1. They're still behind in structures, but... Oh, Jimmy. Careful, my boy. Careful. The cocoon. That was a bit of a weird one. Didn't expect a cocoon setup here, if I'm honest. Seemed like that was already over, but cocoon was used. Genji is now coming in too. At the bottom of the map, we still have DeHaka fighting Arthurs and trying to push him back here. Didn't quite work yet, but yeah. The chicken has to be careful topside. The bird falls dead. Needs to be cautious. Level 30 is going to be there soon, and that attack, of course, was already about to be expected. But as the curse is over, there's not really a lot of damage that was done by the Anti-Clown Association. They did some damage. They killed a couple of the turrets of the towers here, but they weren't able to take a fort down. So the first curse at least didn't yield any of the big structures. Now we have the boss taken on both sides, which should actually help them to get the top fort. At the bottom of the map, as we already said earlier, there was some damage towards the towers from the previous attack that Greymane helped out with. Yeah, Genji, I don't really think that he can take that. I guess DeHaka's going to come in eventually. Did he just miss that? Oh, CPX? No fucking way. He had no right to survive this. First he misses the barrel roll, then he misses the gust, and he's still not eliminated. Unbelievable. Dude got lucky as hell here. Misses everything, and it's still a Genji kill thanks to the assist from DeHaka and the rest. So now at the top, they try to take the boss down, but yeah, that was interesting. Army gets procced, gets used. Jimmy is taking the bottom of the map, and with Exterminator he can take this down easily. But of course, with now 2 kills against 3, there's even a bit of a lead for the blue team. We still have them in a slight advantageous situation when it comes to curse tributes too. They hold 1 over their opponent. DeHaka again attacked, should still be fine here. A couple of hits coming in. And here comes Nubarak. They try to go for Genji, and he gets murdered. Absolutely murdered. He's not the only one. That's a kill against Arthurs, and if they still have a stun, then ETC might die too. Zakruk is already moving around, waiting for that to move in. Yeah, gets 1 stun, and they're gonna chase him down. Vince has no chance. He's gonna fall, for sure. The question is not, does he fall? The question is, when does he fall? And right now, there's just another staggered death here. I don't really know if delaying this is worth it to them, because they will have another 4 heroes only on the map. So he dies. Tribute is spawning topside, but it triggered another attack at the bottom of the map. They will let the top tribute slide and just simply go for another fort, which means that despite the fact that they actually ate the curse, the red team was able to curse them. They are the ones who took 2 forts down already. 2 forts eliminated. And now more camps about to be taken. And even the tribute gets taken. Even the tribute. And they're looking at level 16 advantage. I mean, taken in the sense that I don't really think the red team is going to have a chance here if ETC... I mean, maybe they can delay long enough for ETC to come back in, but with the Zakruk already zoning it out, stunning them, I don't really think that's going to happen. So, yeah, there's also a bullet immediately straight into the face of Arthur's. So, yeah, that's 2 tributes against 0. Genji is defending the top now. But the mid lane, that's where we are seeing most of the red team doing their thing. Hammerang on 16 for fall stack. Epicenter is now also part of this tunneling clause. And the global at the bottom of the map again, at least one of them. So here we go. Bit of an attack in, tries to get that out as quickly as he can. Arthurs is still there, knows that too. Barrel rolls out, but doesn't get locked down by the Howling Blast. 16 versus 16 in just a second. So for the next tribute that spawns bot side, that's what we're going to see here. And it's another good position for the blue team, so they might actually curse their opponents, because they still have Fort and Fountain up, the opponent doesn't. So Anti-Clown Association doesn't have anything left here that they could use. Fight is already raging on a little bit. Big bullet towards ETC. They couldn't get the kill here. You can definitely start to poke them out a little bit. And in theory, you could even use the Gust to buy yourself a bit more time, but the tribute hasn't even spawned yet. So it's a little bit too early. Also a bit early to actually use the army here. So that's a pretty early proc on that. They can simply wait that out. They don't have any problems with this. Arthas is taking quite a bit of damage. That Banshee gets also saved. But still, good silence. And yes! Here comes the double ult as Lucio YOLOs out the shield, and we have the Gust for the save. But now Arthas doesn't have his army any longer. Fort in the middle, gets attacked and will take a ton of damage thanks to the timing that we now saw on the Bruiser camp. But it could be a curse. And that's what it's all about right now. If you get that curse, then the blue team will really get more momentum on this. And likely even take a keep. They're trying to go for Arthas, alright. So far so good. Zarkok is a little bit low too. The Cocoon is out. And they go for ETC after the isolation connected, but they cannot get the kill just yet. There's still Arthas around though, and they might get it there. Mosh pit, and it's interrupted right away. About to get the kill against ETC, and that is the beginning of the end of the team fight. The drag is there, makes it out. Frosty Wind tries to escape, but here comes Lucio booping him back, and that's a second kill as the Haka channels the tribute, and that is Curse. And that will also take down the fort in the middle, or will it? Arthas is here, but I don't think he can stand around for too much longer, because he's going to be in trouble if he does that. There is an easy rotation from Falstead if he wants to. Falstead is actually taking the Siege Giants, and they're already working on the first keep as the fort in the mid lane falls. We're looking at 7 kills against 3 now, and 18 versus 16 on the level count. Big lead at this point. They already lead in the series. If they win this map, it's over for the Anti-Clown Association. They would drop out of the tournament, whereas Perfect Gems would then, of course, move on in the loser bracket to face their next opponent. Seems like we're going to get bosses taken now. They've actually not taken the keep, by the way. Minion value! Heavily calculated. Heavily calculated. That was a hero minion right there. With my dying breath. And takes the keep down. Yeah, and of course, since they are now taking the boss, it could actually be the end of this series. Top lane is eating damage too. There's a catapult that still does work, and the second tower is likely going to fall as well. But all that they want to do now is end this game. Now, the top boss, if taken, could theoretically at least take down, I guess, the keep. But I would say it's a bit of a stretch. We're only 15 minutes in, and there's catapults, of course, spawning. But yeah, with Greymane, they're easily going for the core now. Guys, this should be it. Boss isn't even there, and it already lost 20 hit points, 20%. It's a problem, a big one at that. There's already a quick setup as Lucio comes in with another nice sound barrier. Boss is arriving now too, and is absolutely unimpressed by all of what's going on here. Moves straight onto the core, and this just has to be game. There's absolutely no way they defend against this. The boss is already hammering that in the ground, and if they don't go for boss, the boss will end it. If they go for the boss, the team will move in and also get the auto attacks. This is it. Perfect Gems with a 3-1 victory over the Anti-Clown Association in the lower bracket of the Division S playoffs in North America. GG, and well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.